Looks like we're gonna have a Sizemore side job Sunday. Oh yeah, tulip poplar tree. It's not all Humboldts, folks. You have to actually clean this stuff up after you cut it. Something I didn't know when I first got in the game. I like cutting the stuff, but I don't like cleaning it up as much, and the job is about 98% cleaning it up and 2% hinge wood. I'm going right now to get a dump trailer, and then I'm going to the client's house, and we're gonna be raising the tulip poplar a little bit and getting it off some calm lines and house drops. It's kind of a weird gray area that I don't think gets addressed enough, but everybody says mad, and I understand that on primaries and stuff like that. What kind of makes it hard for the residential tree guys is Duke won't come touch anything that is that's coming from the house that's coming from the pole to the house. They don't care about any of that stuff. They're not going to touch it. It kind of makes it weird. Like, you can go to EHAP training, but the employer is the only person who can give you an EHAP qualification. It's just a weird gray area that I'm not really familiar with. So with the EHAP stuff, your employer is the only one who can give you an EHAP certification, I think. I don't know. It's very confusing, very gray. I'm just going to do what I do. Just as a disclaimer, I don't consider myself an instructor. I'm just showing what I'm doing today. If you fail to listen to the manufacturer's instructions, these injuries could result in death. And then again, I'm not here instructing anyone. I'm just showing something I'm doing for the day. If you are interested in tree work, you need to go source out and find a qualified instructor and learn from them. That is my 2 cents. But hey, don't take my advice. Figure it out for yourself. In a lot of ways, this industry is still kind of like the Wild Wild West a little bit. I'm going to be setting up an SRT base anchor system that, in the case of an emergency, I can be lowered out of. Something to think about if you are working with people who are not aerial rescue certified and don't have a lot of the technical skill set. You want to be able to package something and give it to them in a way that you feel confident that you're able to be rescued. And a lot of times if people get nicked or hit up in a tree, I mean, you could be up there for a couple hours if you don't have the right high angle rescue team, or you're with unqualified and incompetent is not the right word, but if you're with people who don't know about industry standards and aren't proficient in those standards, you're going to be hurt up in that tree for a long time. So the more you do this stuff and the more you practice it, yeah, I don't need to do a base anchor system that's lowerable from the ground today, but if you just do this stuff in practice, you're going to become a lot more efficient at it at work. I'm going to be practicing that, and then I'll show you how I kind of set it up. It's really cool. So thanks for being here. I know it's been a while since my last video. Easy like Sunday morning. You know, you're either a morning person or you're not. And if you're not a morning person, I'm gonna need you to get over that so the rest of us can have fun. Also, my wife made me breakfast and coffee this morning. It really makes me feel appreciated and loved, so that's always nice. She gets up and she makes me everything I need for the day. It really helps out. We got a creepy crawler friend on the trailer today.
What's up, homie? Catching any bugs?
So I've got a hydraulic cylinder leak going on. I can't tell if it's coming from the fitting or coming from the actual cylinder. What is your guys' opinion on this? This one looks fine, but there's definitely some leaking going on here. I gotta troubleshoot it and figure it out. So put it down in the comments what you think's wrong with it. And everybody, here's our tree for the day. It is a massive tulip tree. Gonna be getting some dead wood out of it and raising it on the neighbor's side. Huge. So that is coming up. There's some deadwood and then just some raising. And then we've got a comm line right there, as well as a house drop, I believe. I thought it was over here somewhere. Yeah, house drop over here. Just kind of getting it out of there. Dead. So I'm gonna shoot a line up and over, do a base anchor, and we'll set that up. For crotches like the one that I'm in here, it's cool to set up a base anchor because you don't have to isolate any of that, and then that's the piece of dead I'm going after. So yeah, and then I'll just, like on an easy crotch like that, I'll just do an overhand knot through the ball. Anything more difficult, I'll just girth hitch it to the line a couple feet down, and that usually works out. But look at this. I mean, come on. Is that not the coolest rope you've ever seen? All right, so here we've got a basal anchoring system. Here is my line. It's just up and over that crotch down to here. And it's running through a Taz 3 to an Alpine knot that's backed up on the plate with a carabiner. And this is just the sling that goes around. I forget the guy's name who kind of conceptualized it, but that sling just goes around the tree. It goes to some 10mm Sirius bull rope. Through there, girth hitch on a carabiner to the Taz, and then the tail of the base anchor system goes to a carabiner on a clove hitch that's in the plate. And just to manage the slack, I just daisy chained it. This is so anybody can lower me out of the tree in case of an emergency. I'd like to get better at implementing this more often than not, especially because I'm working alone today and accidents happen. So if you're prepared for the accident, it just makes things a little better. This is just coming down as a weight. I'm by myself. I don't want to haul my chainsaw up, so I just took a bite of rope through the handle all the way around to the chain brake, and then a half hitch on the top to keep it in place. That's a Ryan Torsicola move. Look at this Yale confetti. I mean, is that just not the coolest looking rope? I mean, come on. I think it's important when you're working by yourself to know that you're not in a rush. I like to just lay my saddle out and just go through it real quick, make sure everything's in good working order. This is the Poison Frog, I think, from Yale. They've got it at the Rope Guru. I like running a 25-foot lanyard. It just gives me a lot of room to do stuff. I just run a captive eye on the splice on the tail end, and I put it through just the Omega holder there. Rope lock, you need a foot ascender and a knee ascender. I really like the Saka line of stuff. That's what's worked out for me. There's the foot ascender, and there is the knee ascender. I've taken Omega captive accessory beaners and put them on each side just so they don't get disorientated. So I'll run 2 lanyards,
I really like the options that 2 lanyards give me. Also, shout out to Forrest Lytle for putting up with me. It's awesome because they're local. Alright, I took a lot of dead wood out of there. I just got it all raked up right here. For now, I'm going to start doing some pole sawing. Got a fresh blade, bent the last one. You know how that works out. Thanks for tuning in. I feel like that went well. It's 2:40, so I pretty much spent a day on that by myself. Cranked it out. Customer was very pleased. Awesome customer, super nice. I love jobs like that, you know, where you get to just take a tree and maintain it. get the deadwood out of it, raise it a little bit, get it off the house. I think that is I think it's a skill set that a lot of people take for granted and think anybody can do it, which probably anybody can, but there's a method to the madness. So thanks for checking this one out. I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully you like that base anchor stuff. I'm trying to be more safety oriented, and it's really, there's trade-offs, right? I want to be able to be rescued out of a tree, but I also don't want to be able to cut the side of my rope. But I don't know. There's a lot to it. There's trade-offs. There's no absolutes in tree work. There are trade-offs to everything, pros and cons. Nothing is better than the other thing. There are just situations that call for the right things, right? And you need to have an ability to perform those things when you're doing a tree job. You have to know what calls for what, so you put yourself into the best advantage possible. Thanks for tuning in. I will catch you on the next one. I really appreciate you being here. I saw some people come in from probably Jake's video, probably from Buck and Shout Out too. So if you're here from that, thank you guys so much for stopping in. I really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Remember, I'm not an instructor. This is just what I'm doing. Take your time and only do what you're comfortable with. So take it easy. Catch you on the next one.